All right, batteries are good.
Batteries are
All
live.
right. I just want to let you know that you've created a monster, Edgar, and now in every recording, Diego has to have 5 seconds. Erik never asked for it before
That was
until
good.
you came in, and then now Diego's like 5 seconds, and then it's like, okay, go.
Y'all listened to him, but y'all would have listened to me, right?
We did. Look,
Only took you like 2 years to realize why I needed the 5
a
seconds.
year and a couple months.
So
Some need
annoying.
it. Some need it. I don't know. I just don't.
Here we go.
What is going on, Benchwarmers? We are the Bench with the Voice, and we are back with another Monday night special. I am one of your hosts. My name is Erik Pippinator Estrada. I got to give him a new nickname.
You do.
I got Ricky Rose. It
Yeah. Sounds like he's like a champagne or something.
is a champagne. I got Marco the Interrupter Cruz.
But what?
And making a rare, not a rare special appearance, but a rare, I guess, occasion today. Just as rare as VAR being in these brief matchups, but we'll get to
They're
that later.
barely seen.
Edgar Le Smug Estrada is in the studio today. What's going on, man?
Looking like
What's
the
up, everybody?
Latino
How you
Casey
doing?
Neistat. Casey Neistat's a YouTuber.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's a
sorry.
cool guy. He's a
I only
cool
watch
guy.
myself on YouTube.
Dang, his mug in full effect.
I mean, I don't
Feeling
even,
especially smug today. If you guys want to find me on Instagram, just look up Les Smug. I'll be the first one to show up.
Really? I think
don't
you
know.
should definitely switch it to that.
I'm actually considering it.
You should.
E3_R10 is
yeah.
not working.
Not
for it.
anymore.
Doesn't
It has
roll
to
off
be-
the tongue.
It'd be E3_ the smug.
Ooh.
Just keep the E3 because it's you.
Yeah. That's
But-
well, that's
You're
a great. That's a good little segue to where they can find us on all social media platforms. So make sure you guys give us a follow on what podcast is it again, Edgar?
what podcast is this? I'm sorry.
Uh,
I've been on so many channels talking about Liverpool.
Oh my god.
Wait,
Ooh,
first of all,
feeling
you were
good
on
today.
one. You were on one, and that was canceled.
So
So
many
you can find us on Stitcher, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify by searching Benchwarmers FC.
And when you get to all our social media platforms, that being Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, Benchwarmers FC1, make sure you give us a follow, a like, a little, alert bell so you know when we have things coming out.
Ding, ding, ding.
There you go, ding ding.
I'm
And leave
the
a
special-
comment. Which
I'm
one
the
of you?
special effects guy.
And if you want to watch videos like this one or tech ball videos, you can do it on YouTube at Benchwarmers FC TV.
And if you want to write about how annoying the smug is, email us at benchwarmersfc.com.
Don't worry,
I'm
nobody
actually gonna type
reads
that
it.
up right now. As well, right here.
Eric's gonna be the first email.
I'm your first email. A little housekeeping for you guys. We got tech ball. We're trying to bring this table out to the United States, have it, become the next big thing. So if you want to play on it, you want to even have it at your place of residence or little camp, let us know. We'll bring it over to you guys. Also, we have a quick future halftime update. So anytime you want to hear something about live debate in future episodes, let us know through Instagram, Facebook, or whichever platform you want to hit us up by.
Join us.
Join us.
Just a little side note there on the,
What's up?
regarding the tech ball.
Tech ball.
Being that the holidays are beginning and it's holiday season, we want to share the spirit. So the tech ball will be available for any academy or youth team or any event for that matter. You can get it free of cost just to try it out, just so you get familiar with it. See if you like it. Let us know your thoughts. So definitely contact us about that.
Yeah, for sure. Tech
Proceed.
ball. Thank you for. I miss being on the table though. It was so much fun.
It is
Have you? Sorry, but it was tech ball related. The video was it you that sent us about people not having tech ball, so they use another guy
Oh,
at
yeah.
the table. That shit was
Nice,
funny as
bro.
hell.
It was
We're not even good enough on a tech ball
No,
table,
not
let
even.
alone on somebody else's back. So yeah, that's for another duo. A quick little overview of tonight's episode. We have a score review recap, which is going to be again the matchups that we told you to watch on last recording. We also have the bean of the day, something new we decided to throw in there, and you'll see that coming up
Ooh.
soon. We have Leicester versus Arsenal, and we also have halftime where we go live. And to end things off, that's why my man decided to make an appearance today.
Smug,
Les Smug is here.
and he's such a smug. They decided to be here late as well. Actually, no, he was actually on time.
He's actually, yeah.
He was here before Ricky.
If you haven't gotten it in overtime, we're going to go over Liverpool versus Man City and explain why I'm so smug today.
Today.
Today and every day.
I can't my whistle, guys. Oh, here it is. You know what that means, right?
You got to blow. The whistle. Jeez.
There you go. Let's kick off. All right. So before we dive into the Leicester Arsenal game, and obviously if you guys got the hint of it, it's going to be a short episode today, kind of focusing on two major matchups that we did emphasize last week. But before we get into those games, a quick little. Oh, that's me. I'm sorry. I don't know who's calling me for that. So, quick little score recap on the matchup that we mentioned before, which was Crystal Palace, Chelsea, and also I can't pronounce it. The Klassiker. The Klassiker. Do you know how to pronounce it?
The Klassiker?
Yeah, it's the German classic. Classical German.
Dude, no.
It's the German
I couldn't say
Classical.
it. Yeah.
Sorry, is it the German Classical?
The German Classical. There you go. And then, and also the MLS Cup final that did also happen this past weekend.
Yep.
First game was Chelsea Crystal Palace. Excuse me, guys.
Your excuse.
Thank you.
Proceed.
The score to that game. Actually, I forgot what it was because I'm just so.
2-0.
upset.
I wrote it down for
Oh,
you.
you did?
It was
Oh,
2-0.
yeah.
literally right
Chelsea
there.
won.
Oh, gosh. All right,
forgot to
2-0.
read.
Welcome.
I forgot to read. Chelsea took that 2-0. They are on such a ramp right now. It's upsetting to see, but whatever. Good for you guys.
Does that explain the headband?
Oh yeah. For,
American Wonder Kid, baby.
well, it's international break, so to support the red, white, and
Trump.
blue.
The women. I'm
Don't say
hoping.
that. Not at all. No, this is not in any way to support any political affiliation. So,
Oh, no, I thought it was your. Like,
Why
more
does it
about the
say
women.
made by MAGA?
huh?
The tag says made by MAGA on the side.
Mega Man. Oh.
Mega Man.
Also,
Looking more like Mega Mind. I shouldn't talk.
Bayern destroyed Borussia this weekend 4-0. Kind of upset about that because I really was riding on that BVB bandwagon this season and last season, let's be real. But Bayern put it to them 4-0. We're not going to dive into the analysis about that because we were too focused on other games this weekend, which we
Yeah.
didn't have time to focus on this game specifically. Hopefully, Andrew can give us his insight on that.
Hopefully he'll hop on for the live stream. I told him to join us.
Jump in on that? All right,
Yeah.
cool. Also, Seattle, Toronto. I saw this game. I mean, given the fact that we mainly focus on the Premier League, watching the MLS game is always going to be just completely at a different level. That being said, this game was still shit. 3-1, Seattle won. One thing that was brought up to me about this game real quick, isn't it crazy how the higher seed team has the home field advantage?
Yes, it's crazy. That's how they do it. It's always
It's
how
American
it's been.
sports, though.
Yeah.
You know, because for example, European, Champions League final, it's a set destination
It's,
before.
like halfway kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Nobody
so
knows where it's gonna be at.
it's kind of like I feel one-sided when it comes to American sports and the home field. The
What was
bullshit,
it? Seattle
this and
was what, third, fourth in the
Something like
the
that.
table, and
Yeah.
then what was like 10th, I think, something
that.
like that.
Just goes to emphasize Latan's point about how he made the MLS better. So those are the matchups that we brought up this past weekend. I hope you guys got a glimpse of those. Any input, any ideas, any analysis on those games? Serious Nemo, give us a comment, give us a like, whatever you want to do. Also, and now for the beat of the day. This part I'm excited for. So,
Eric, I love the idea. You brought up the segment. It's a wonderful idea. I hope you get a really bad bean.
well, fuck you.
Just because of that, I think you should start.
Should we explain what the hell the bean is?
Yeah, we're
let's
gonna get
show
into
him.
that.
Show him bean of the day.
The
They're
bean-
not talking about me.
Damn, I was gonna say that. So, the bean of the day. We have a little cup here full of beans. Some are good, some are bad. So, given that the holidays are around, we'll see who's been good and who's been naughty.
Shit, I'm gonna the naughty one.
Edgar's gonna start off first. He's gonna pick out a bean. He's gonna get the hint of the flavor. And before you do that, I gotta make sure I get the little box of flavors out here.
Oh, I'm
Brand new Mac.
VAR.
Also has a case on it.
Foul,
Pretty sure Ricky dropped that one.
So Edgar's gonna pick out a bean. Depending on the flavor he gets, he's gonna describe a moment in football history that reminded him of this specific flavor. What color is that bean?
It's a pink bean
Oh, what?
with
Yeah.
some.
okay.
I can't
I
tell. I
dig
have
it.
no idea. Please don't tell me what it is.
Let's see.
I'm gonna taste it first.
All right,
and
you're
I'm
gonna
gonna let
taste
you
it
guys
first,
know.
and I'll let you guys know.
All right, so here,
Wait, you
here goes
gotta try
nothing.
to guess the flavor too.
Yeah, guess it, and then
Well, I
Eric
guess
will
tell
tell
us
you
what
what
it
it
If
is.
tastes
you, if you
like
guess
too.
it wrong, you have to eat another one, and that's it.
Oh my god,
What is it?
they're disgusting.
What does it taste like?
It tastes like moldy
Oh, you're wrong.
cheese
You're wrong.
with like socks.
All right, don't tell him yet. Describe what reminds you of that.
A moment in history in football or a player that reminds me of this. First thing that came to my mind was Luis Suarez.
Really?
Swear to God, because it looks good, it looks tasty, it looks like you're gonna enjoy it,
Uh huh.
but then you put it in your mouth and it's like
And then it bites.
There you go. There you go. So Edgar, you are wrong in the flavor. So that will give you another bean, and then we'll go on to
We'll
the
move it
next.
on. We'll move it on. All right.
Yeah. Well, tell him what it was. The first one he ate.
The first one was dirty dishwasher.
Dirty dishwasher.
Yeah.
I guess
Okay.
the socks part.
Can you just eat that one real quick so we can continue? I want to get your reaction on that one.
That's it. No, can't do that again. That's it. I'm done. One bean.
Okay.
Fuck you.
What the
What
fuck
was that?
Ugh.
What color was it? What color was it? What color was it?
Ugh.
Was that?
It was like a dirty dishwasher. It was orange.
orange. It was either barf or dead fish.
Oh my god.
Dead fish.
Oh.
Yee.
No. I know. You know the colors already.
And we,
Give
of
me the
course, we
box.
forgot.
Check it out.
Of course, we forgot to have water or anything else to drink.
You're welcome.
Wait, you're gonna study the flavor.
But I know the flavors already. So
Yeah. He was looking.
Cause
All right, all right. So what'd you get? What'd you get? What are you tasting? What comes to
it's
mind?
minty,
What color was it?
blue.
Blue. Okay.
Minty toothpaste.
Wow, what a guess.
I know,
It
right?
was like the
So
first
hard.
blue one there.
Kind of reminds me of a minty or something fresh, something exciting. Was Arsenal's summer transfer window, but then ever since that, it just went down to shit. So
It like the summer transfer window.
yeah, it was
there.
fresh, it was exciting, and then
and
it
it
just
went
went away.
away.
Yeah, it was like a juicy fruit, you know. It is what it is. And I'll take one more for the road, so because I cheated, so I'm nervous.
Yeah, I wasn't supposed to have a second one.
I know.
Yeah, what is that one?
That was a pink one, I think.
That moment reminds me of his. Remember
Why
baby
always
food?
me?
Baby food?
Why always me?
Why always me? There you go.
I'm gonna throw up. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding, bro. I'm gonna throw up. I'm gonna throw up.
Okay, all right, Ricky, your turn, please.
I'm guessing that was the rotten egg. It looked like it.
Now I'm afraid. I'm really afraid.
Yeah, I don't want.
the box.
that shit. Hold on, let me see.
Give me the box.
Yo, Luis Suarez is still in my teeth.
Oh,
bro.
am I crying right now?
That's disgusting.
I
You
grabbed
sweat
two
it
already.
on my
All right, so
tummy.
yeah, eat those two then.
Fuck.
So
I
choose
got
one first, and then describe us a moment in history, football history, that flavor reminds you of.
All right, this is like orangey red.
Oh God.
Mm,
Ah, you had a good one, motherfucker.
what is this flavor? I know this flavor.
What it reminds you of?
Tell us. Bring
Talk
us
to
there,
us.
Ricky.
Talk
This
to us.
actually tastes like beans.
All right,
Frijoles?
Frijoles.
All right.
I'm serious.
Please.
I don't know what it is.
Pintos negros,
Oh,
colorados.
Oh, okay, now I got the flavor.
God.
It tastes weird.
It's in my mouth. Describe us. Describe it to us.
Oh, that's
Take
weird.
us, take us wherever it takes
What
you.
does that
Well,
flavor
it's like-
remind you of?
It's like past due beans.
Okay,
Okay.
but where does
so
it take you?
what moment, what
Okay.
player, something?
Shit, beans. It takes me to Mexico.
be a little bit specific because Mexico is a big country.
All right.
This is a
let's see.
football podcast.
I do remember one time, we were watching. My family and I were watching Mexico play, and it was like one of my first memories of Jorge Campos, where he really he had like a tremendous game, and yeah,
So you're saying that you remembered an old beaner?
yeah, pretty much.
All right, cool.
So that's what it. I don't know.
What
That's the
else?
memory
What
that
else
came
you have
back.
there? What else you have there?
That's the memory I got.
Which one was that one?
Oh
pink
shit!
one.
It was like pink.
Pink?
Oh, this one's good.
Ah, motherfucker.
This one's like bubble gum.
Oh, okay. Good for you.
Bubble
So-
gum.
Marco, pick your poison.
I'll pick two because everybody ate two. I'm not gonna be a dick.
I mean, you're going to eat two regardless. But...
Oh my god, they're both the same color.
Oh, yes. What color are they?
I'm gonna throw up.
What color?
It's alright. This is like yellow greenish,
Okay.
white. What do you think?
Yeah,
Yellow?
yeah, that's yellow. That's
Yellow.
yellow greenish. Yellow, white.
He missed.
Alright.
I got the camera got that.
It's nasty.
What do you feel? What does it remind you of?
Oh my god. It's like stuck to my teeth. I don't know. So like it tastes like old. Like whatever old smell you can think of.
Like
That-
moth?
Yeah, something like that. Like I went through my closet kind of thing.
Okay, moth. Yeah, that's a moth kind of like smell.
I don't know, something that made me cringe was the way that and the first thing that came to mind right now is it hurt me to see Casillas leave when he left Real Madrid.
That's
That
hurtful.
it was like seeing him cry and saying goodbye. That's where it brought me.
Oh,
And it's
that was
like
deep.
It's nasty.
That was
Yeah, I
deep.
like,
That was deep.
All right.
Marco.
I'm gonna drink coffee after this.
And the last one.
I
before
mean,
we
you don't have to
continue.
do it. Okay, you
I think
did it.
everybody
Whatever.
did
What was my first
Oh.
flavor?
You have either strawberry or something and some
Mm.
bullshit.
This is something sweet,
All right, so
thankfully.
All right, good.
Extraordinary.
Yeah,
Well,
we're
guys,
good.
let us know what you think about this segment. I liked it.
I mean,
not
we're
my
gonna keep
beans,
doing
It's
it.
but
definitely interesting.
was
Honestly,
fun.
it's pure of a reaction because
But it's cool that we added like something
I like
to
this. Yeah,
it.
let's
Like where
keep doing
did
it.
where did it bring us? So
Yeah, I
it
like
was,
that.
it was nice. It was
I like
nice.
that spin. Yeah, that was cool.
Oh god, I want to throw up right now. All right, now we got the fun out of the way. Now let's get into the bullshit and the misery that is Arsenal.
You want another bean?
I did, yeah. I think there's one called canned dog food. It just kind of sums up how I feel. All right, so this game ended 2-0, Leicester's way. Arsenal,
Lost.
you were watching the game.
I
Edgar-
watched the game. You sound depressed, bro.
Edgar
Dude, I
texted
mean,
me.
can you bring some life into this podcast a little bit? I understand that it's hurting right now. It should hurt, but isn't this how you grow as a team? Don't you have to go through the rut before you get
But
to the green pastures?
the thing is that this, and it's funny you say that because before we coming into today's, you good, Marco?
Yeah, I'm just joking.
Because before coming into today's recording,
He got a mothball stuck.
That's what it was. Yeah.
I was thinking about that. Like, what do we stick with Emery? And if we do stick with him, are we gonna be in a position that Liverpool are in right now because it's stuck with Klopp?
Let's go through the conversation.
I don't
though.
know.
Like, all right,
Wait,
I
wait,
don't know.
wait,
We can
wait.
review the game, but what happened in the game? I mean,
I'll give you the stats right now. So let's look at this.
give me the stats. What do you see? What did you feel? I
Just
mean,
All right.
off of this, what's up?
The only thing I was gonna say, because this is the only thing I took away from this game, because I hated most of it. The only thing that I liked about this game was seeing Bellerin run down that flank.
Yes. So a couple things on that. Bellerin. All right. So yes, Bellerin made a start today. Emery came into the game with his typical switch up of the formation. He went 3 in the back with Chambers, David Luiz, and Holding. Went back for Kolasinac. Don't ask me why, but we know why. And Bellerin. In the mid, he had Guendouzi and Torreira, which is the formation that everybody was kind of asking for. And then this is where things got really confusing for me. And
Busy did it again.
he did something completely different again, and he's using these players in the wrong way. And what I mean by that is he had Ozil as a false 9 in a way, but he's so far up the field, forcing Aubameyang and Lacazette to be wingers. Like, they're not wingers. We've known that since day one. Lacazette you had to put him in front of goal, and so same thing with Aubameyang. He can play down the wing, but they had to play in front of goal. So that is the way they came into the game. You could obviously see that whatever he did against Victoria's Secret, as we like to call him, early in Europa, he did it again against Leicester, and it didn't pan out for him. It started off kind of back and forth, but just by looking at these stats, man, the chances that were created on both sides of the pitch everything was going Leicester's way. Now, the PPDA, which is the passes allowed per defensive action, that is a metric used to determine how much pressure a defensive team is putting on. Leicester were honest the entire game. Arsenal they had nothing. They had nothing going forward, and the transition game wasn't there because why? Ozil was so far up the pitch, meaning Aubameyang and Lacazette were so far back because they had to track back because they're wingers now at this point. So this game to me, was another example as to why Emery isn't the right man for the job. I can go on ranting saying Emery out, and sound like every other Arsenal fan, but that's not what we're here for. We're here to kind of dive into the game and give our honest opinion on what the goods and the bads were. The goods that I got from this game was that Bellerin, he came back. Not much, to be honest with you. But Bellerin came back.
It was nice to see.
But he wasn't at least.
We haven't seen him. You haven't seen him play enough. Now it was a glimpse of what he can be if he was playing with the 4 in the back.
Correct. And I'm still surprised that I'm not surprised he got to start today, but I'm surprised that Emery chose him to start for this game against Leicester away. Because this is a big matchup to go up against.
Yeah.
Fighting for top 4. Now they're about 9 points ahead of us. Yeah. And Bellerin didn't look, in shape. He still had that rough first touch. He's getting back into the game. He just came back from a major injury, so I'm not gonna hold anything against him. As far as individual performances, the guy who really stood out to me the most was David Luiz.
And I was gonna mention that because this, for Chelsea, this was his best way to attack. Like was his best setup for defensive. He doesn't do well with the 4 in the back. He does well with 3 in the back because there's people covering his ass. If anything, he's too high up, and we were able to see him make one of those really good passes that he's known for to Aubameyang, which he wasn't able to take advantage of. But I was like, this is the Luis that I've been wanting to see, and I haven't seen him yet until this game. And yes, he was the best, not the best, but he clearly was better
on the
than
Arsenal
any
side.
other game. Yeah,
On the Arsenal side, yeah, and it's good thing you said that, because with David Luiz, and one thing I kind of want to mention that is he, I think, is 4th in the Premier League for the most through passes.
okay.
David Luiz, a defender, is 4th on a table for through passes. That's above any Liverpool, because there's no Liverpool players up in that number. It was lesser players and David Luiz.
Yeah.
And that to me was astounding, that is our playmaker that far deep. That's alarming. That's very alarming.
Look, one thing that's evident, like you guys are keep ranting on here, and you don't want to be mean about Emery, but you have to be mean. The guy hasn't picked a formation. He brings Ozil in, who brings Ozil out. It's like Brendan Rodgers has been there half the time, and he's got almost as many wins. He's making Leicester's got a formation.
They're
They got an
second place.
attack, and it's just everybody can critique Brendan Rodgers, but the guy is quality. Like he
doing his
is a good
job.
coach. Now, yes, if you notice, Leicester is has some issues with defense, but that's because they bomb in attack. He patched it up though. He got rid of Maguire, right? And he brings in this guy that was on his bench and is putting up the numbers. So Leicester is a very good team. You know that they're at some point, if they have some defensive frailties, I don't know if Brendan Rodgers will be able to repair them. That's my thing. But he doesn't care. His format is, I'm going to attack. Who all of a sudden became a much better player as soon as he came onto the team? Jamie Vardy.
And Didi stepped it up tremendously.
But
Didi.
the thing is, he said, my format is going to be X, Y, and Z, and we're going to follow those steps. Guess what Emery hasn't done? He hasn't picked the fucking formation yet. We don't even know if Ozil's on the team or not. And I'm sorry. I mean, I had been calling out, all right, play Ozil. This formation that he's got here is what I was hoping Arsenal would play. And I was rooting for Arsenal. And Ozil is a liability. He's
See,
a liability.
that's
On
not
his
the problem.
position, yes.
Yeah, the
but
way,
what other where else do you
that's
put
how
him
you
on the
play.
field?
The thing is that you're playing Ozil so far up the pitch where he's supposed to be assisting players, but where are Lacazette and Aubameyang? They're behind him. So who's he passing the ball to?
But okay, that's
He's not-
fine.
at that
But my
point, his-
point is,
his game is done.
Where do you put Ozil so that you can benefit from
So
him
this-
and yet not be hurt by his defensive frailties?
4-3-3 with
That-
him as a cam.
That's my
4-3-3
that's
with him
my
as a
ideal
cam.
formation. That's my ideal
You book
formation.
Guendouzi and Torreira behind him. Guendouzi or Torreira will do the
But
the
Guendouzi and Torreira were
No,
behind.
so
him.
that's why I disagree with you.
Okay.
I don't think it should be Guendouzi and Torreira. Now,
No?
this is what I did want to mention to you, and I don't want to go.
I had been
bash-
calling for that the whole time. Guendouzi and Torreira behind him, and that's
Yes.
exactly what happened here.
Now, so it hurts me to say this, but I love everybody on the pitch. Like I love all our players and I support them. And it's gonna sound weird that I'm gonna say this, but I think Xhaka should actually be in that formation.
Well,
Xhaka alongside Torreira, because, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Guendouzi has had maybe 2 great games this season. Every other game he looks amazing.
because he's all over the place.
He's all over the place, but he's just like chicken with his head cut off. That's all he really is, and he just shows passion. And people love to see that. Don't get me wrong. I, as a fan, you're like, oh yeah, I want to see somebody show that kind of passion. But statistically, he hasn't been doing anything.
Well,
He
you
just-
He's
look
been
at stats
causing
that-
fouls.
yeah,
He's been
that's right.
causing more fouls than progressing the ball for us. When he does carry the ball, he carries it into dangerous territories and then losing it in bad places, leaving Torreira completely exposed by himself. Now, that's where Xhaka was kind of better than everybody else. He knew his position, and he stuck to his position, which is why that was his own demise at the end of the day. For being so stuck to your own position, you got exposed all the time. That's why he always got caught in these bad situations. I don't like this formation because we're lacking at that point. We're losing attack.
Yes.
So yeah, 4-3-3. I would actually have the back four that I would honestly have probably try out Chambers, David Luiz on the right, Bellerin on the left, obviously Tierney. In the mid, Xhaka and Torreira, Ozil as the cam, and then the front three being Pepe, Aubameyang, and Lacazette. How are you gonna have a 72 million winger that Emery was asking for? He was asking for a winger,
You're not playing.
and he got him, and he's not playing him. That
All
to
right,
me is the
look,
biggest
look,
problem.
I'm looking at Emery's formation here, and he tried to go super defensive and at the same time good on a counterattack. That's why he had Laka and Aubameyang, right? With Mesut Ozil being able to pick up the ball in the middle and put one clean through ball to give him on shot on goal, right? And then you got the 3-4-1-2. It's really what I'm looking at here because you got Guendouzi and Torreira covering for David Luiz in front of him. And then you got Kolasinac and Bellerin who would tuck in. Instead of being wingers, they would tuck in so you would have a back five. That's what would happen here.
Correct.
But you guys wouldn't recover the ball and wouldn't be able to get it to Ozil so that he could create plays.
And
Why? Because of the high press from Leicester City. There was the players here holding. I don't see him as a good ball player. David Luiz is going to boot it up every time. Chambers, again, not quality on the ball. Torreira and Guendouzi, they're okay on the ball, but they're not great. You don't have one guy that can steal it, turn it around, and get it to Mesut Ozil. So what would Leicester do? They would just keep bumming you until that guy made a mistake or he would bum it all the way up the field. Now, granted, first half, it was 0-0. What did Rodgers do?
It was 0-0 to 67.
Exactly. That's my point. Rodgers went in halftime, and I thought you guys had it. At that point, I'm like, you guys just need one goal. One goal, and you guys can lock it down. And the second that Leicester City came out and started bum rushing you guys again, I think he made a couple of subs.
Yeah, but that was
Rodgers.
after the first goal. He went to the line in the back, forward to back. He took out
Yes.
Holding.
Yeah.
there was a
You
moment.
got caught, Jamie scored, and then, I mean, they just kept doing their own game plan. As soon as they scored, Arsenal fell apart. That's how I saw it. But again, it didn't seem like he had practiced Arsenal very well. It didn't seem like Arsenal knew what they were doing, to be honest with you, which I don't blame them because this is
That's not their formation. That's not what they're used to.
Exactly.
This is the
It's
second
not
time they
that
do it
it's not
this
their
season.
formation. They don't have a formation.
They don't
There
have
is
a
no
formation, and they don't have a starting lineup.
and there's no consistent starting lineup. Now, I disagree with you about some of the David Luiz, for example, bombing it up. I just said it. He's the fourth player in the Premier League that had the most through passes. So they're
But
not
I'm
just
saying
bomb
in
up.
this game.
He had a phenomenal right to Aubameyang in the box. Aubameyang just couldn't control it right, but whatever. That's just one instance. Now that's what you said before, and it's a great point. Is who's getting the ball to Ozil? That was Xhaka. And Torreira. Torreira made up what Xhaka lacked in defense, and Xhaka made up what Torreira lacked in the transition game.
The one thing I don't like much about the way that they're playing right now, Torreira, is that he's attacking a lot more than he defends, and I think his strong suit is defending.
Well, Torreira,
well-
this game he's defended. Now they're holding center midfielders in this game.
I saw him attack a lot.
Well, it shouldn't be possible because Ozil's up top and Guendouzi's all
I
over
saw
the
him
field.
most of the time up top, but that's just me and Guendouzi was the one that's staying behind, which I would have done with the other way around. Now that Shaka's not in.
Yeah.
All right. So it's Arsenal's in a very bad way. Let's get beyond this game because obviously everything was new. It's like you guys were doing a preseason game. So what's the next move? Emery out? I mean, I'm saying it out from the sidelines, Emery out. You guys are basically on the pitch here. You guys got to choose if you want your manager or not.
I mean, so it can go again, and we kind of slightly touched on this last time, where if we do get let go of Emery, it's not cheap, and Arsenal are cheap, as in they don't want to fork up a lot of cash because not only do we have to pay out Emery,
But till the end of the season,
but we got also pay out his team, the team that he brought in.
I mean, they're not going to go with him.
Yeah, they're gonna go with him.
Most coaches bring their own team.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, you're talking about his staff, his backroom
Yes,
staff.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, he brings all that with him. It's not just him. It's
assistant
a lot
coach,
more
everybody.
that comes along with it. So, and then at that point, you give it to Freddie, who is he going to be the right man? We don't know. We haven't really tested the waters with him yet. So what do? Do you go with Freddie or do you go another route and go and get Luis Enrique, who's been rumored to come with us?
Yeah,
but that's been denied.
But yeah.
I don't know. I personally, just for the sake of football, from what I'm seeing, and it's not entertaining, I'd say Emery out. But for the longevity, for the best for the club, maybe to the end of the season, then start fresh next season.
And that's the problem is.
But what if next season is the same shit? There's rotation. So where is the
Well,
continuity?
it'll be sell him, get rid of him by the end of the season,
Correct.
kind of thing,
Yeah,
and then find somebody else.
And that's what some Arsenal higher ups are saying, that they don't want to fall into the rut that Man United fell in, where they got into the coach and then just rotation. But I mean, let's be real. That's what today's game is. Look at Chelsea.
Yeah,
They get rid of the coach every 2 years.
2 times in a year.
Yeah, but they try to get rid of the coach every 2 years, and they have more silverware than we do in the recent history. You know,
My only
Klopp and
problem
Man City are
about it.
probably only the exceptions to that.
Yeah, my only problem about it is if we don't get rid of Emery now and we stick with him to the end of the season, the possibilities of Lacazette and Aubameyang signing a new contract and not wanting to leave by the end of the season is very high.
Correct.
And that's the last thing any gunner wants, is for them to leave, because they only have a good couple of years more. Aubameyang has another 2-3 max, and like I said, has the same.
Listen, man, even if you do get into the Champions League next year, I still think Aubameyang might want to go because apparently Barcelona are knocking on the door for him.
Really? Well, they're
Oh,
also in
jeez.
shambles, but
Oh God, that doesn't sound right. Oh, anyways, that put
That's
another-
transfer rumors.
that put another
That's-
jelly bean in my mouth.
Transfer rumors aside,
No, let's talk Leicester.
yeah, Leicester, man. Whew.
Can we give them props?
it's
Nah, man,
phenomenal
deserved.
to
Well
hear
deserved.
to see him play. It's actually refreshing. Like for what we saw him last year or last season to this season, it's different, man.
Yeah.
Vardy Party all over again.
And the people that have stepped it up, Talisman, what was his?
Talisman.
Kieran, yeah.
Talisman, Ndidi, phenomenal.
Madison,
Madison.
the
Bettis.
center back who I can't pronounce.
Oh, yeah.
Ayosi Perez.
Yeah, they left Newcastle to come over to Leicester City and doing really good for them.
Hey, man, he's doing the work. And crazy because I was actually listening to a quick interview that from a Leicester fan. Journalist. The first thing Brendan Rodgers did when he went to Leicester before he even actually started coaching, he went first to the players, all on-field members, so trainers, coaches, and players, and he told them, guys, we're here to accomplish something. Like I'm coming in and I want to do this and that. And he also went to the non-associated on the field players. So like I guess you could say the backroom people, like the kid people. I guess you can consider
The
them.
staff.
Shiner,
The staff.
whatever you want to call
And he
it.
went to them too. Like he brought in a fresh start to a fresh feeling, I guess you could say, to what Leicester were doing. And listen, man, for all the turbulence that they've gone through with them losing their owner recently in the helicopter accident,
Yeah, last year. Yeah.
That's crazy.
to still be able to be fighting for, let's be honest, they're the only ones up top right now, to be fighting for the top 4 position at this point. They're looking phenomenal.
Nobody expected it.
I-
Everybody underestimated Brendan
for
Rodgers.
sure.
I mean, a lot of Liverpool fans didn't like him. I did not think he was a bad coach. I think he was inexperienced. And
I know Eddie hates him.
Well,
Eddie-
for different reasons though.
Yeah.
yeah, Eddie hates him because of the way he talks, and I don't like the way he talks either. He thinks he's God's gift to the world. Maybe he is the God's gift to Leicester. That's it, though. I mean, you don't think you're that great yet. I mean, you got to win something in the EPL, whether it's a Carabao Cup or a FA Cup. I mean, that'll put him on at least the pedestal. But for now, he's looking very, very good, and he gained experience at Celtic. He learned how to be a championship coach and how to lead a championship team. Not only how to get to the top, but stay at the top. Now he's bringing that back to the EPL,
Didn't win 3
and
in
it
a row.
may help him.
And look at their XG, which is their expected goals, 1.37. This is just against Arsenal alone. I'm gonna look up their individual XG, but just by that stat alone, that's tremendous for this club. That's
What is
at
it,
least
1
one
what?
game, 1.3 goals per game.
That's only 1.5 a game.
Yeah,
Look, after watching yesterday's game, I know I'm going to do one thing before the break is over. I'm using my wild card and picking
Word
up
up.
3 Leicester players.
That's my call, and I'm literally gonna do that once everybody comes back from international break because injuries are always happening in international break. So I'm gonna wait till that Thursday, and I'll be like, all right, who's coming in?
There you go.
And
That's
let's-
exactly what I'm doing.
Party Vardy
EPL
is definitely gonna be
fantasy
it.
Pointer of the week.
The only one.
All right. I think that wraps up this first segment where we kind of really dove into the Leicester Arsenal game. There's a lot more we could talk about, but we'll say that for another time. If you want to talk about it separately, individually, let us know. Let me know. I can always talk about Arsenal all day. With that being said, we're gonna take a break here, go halftime, and then we're gonna bring it to Les Smug.
See you soon.
Catch you
All right,
there.
peace.